chain smoke and I say fuck a lot. But I accept myself for the way I am. I accept you too. Viewer discretion advised. Lenny Dykstra is claiming that Charlie Sheen is a dangerous criminal. This came out the other day, check it out. February 7, 2018, The Hollywood Reporter. Hollywood's most toxic bromance. The implosion of Charlie Sheen and Lenny Dykstra. I will say that Lenny Dykstra is a scumbag. I heard him on Howard Stern before, that's how I even know who he is.
What's your age range for fucking? You like would you fuck a woman your own age?
Oh yeah, I mean, if they paid me.
If they paid you.
Yeah, I have a few clients in Beverly.
You do? Like women that pay you to fuck?
Like not so much that for they want
Go ahead.
Companionship.
No shit.
Yeah, they're like widows.
Dude, that's the ultimate move.
Yeah, I know.
You get chicks to pay you to.
Well, not chicks though, dude. You're talking ground. You're talking
about older women.
You're talking about a fucking gray bush.
Pretty scummy guy. But I guess you can say at least he's honest about it. Lenny Dykstra, the ex-con and former Major League center fielder, relishes his wild man reputation, and relishes running his mouth about it even more. In his mid-50s, he's developed a post-prison side gig as a silver-haired gigolo to Beverly Hills grandmothers. He's a former Major Leaguer nicknamed Nails, and an ex-con hustler who made and lost millions. But none of that could have prepared Dykstra for his friendship with the wild man actor, who he alleges is a dangerous criminal about to be taken down by the feds. Dykstra explains he believes his one-time friend Charlie Sheen is on the verge of being prosecuted in a roundabout way for knowingly spreading his HIV, and that the actor is under federal investigation for tax and wire fraud. What's more, Dykstra claims to know this because it was his own semi-accidental whistleblowing to the government that got the IRS sniffing around in the first place. I don't know why Charlie doesn't try to leave the country, he says. He goes on to float that Sheen was involved in the sudden death of a member of his own inner circle and beat his pregnant ex-fiancée. Nails is self-aware enough of his notoriety and so eager to instill confidence in his tale that he insists on providing the password to his personal email account for full disclosure. Look, whatever you want. I've got nothing to hide. Summer 2014, Sheen has locked himself in a crack den hidden in his mansion for 9 days. It was right at a mystery spy thriller with a sliding bookcase. I walked in and Charlie was standing there with a glass dick, a crack pipe, in one hand and his phone in the other. I took one look around, there's all this stuff. Cool paintings, Babe Ruth's ring, and I said, Charlie, I have to admit, if you're gonna smoke crack, this has got to be the best crack den on the planet. That broke the ice. Dykstra appears most solemn when discussing the summer of 2012 death of Rick Calamaro, Sheen's recently fired assistant, as well as the alleged violence perpetrated against Sheen's ex-wife, Scottine Brent Rossi. Calamaro was discovered July 1st by his mate lying face up in his bed beside a bottle of Jack Daniels. After he got out of jail, Dykstra asked Sheen, what the fuck happened to Calamaro, who had overdosed while Dykstra was in prison? He said, you mean dead Rick? What fucking happened is a motherfucker tried to blackmail me. Just like you said, wanted $5 million. I had him fucking iced. Rossi says that while she is unaware of such an admission pertaining to the Calamaro specifically, it's certainly possible given her own history with the actor, which she outlined in a 2015 lawsuit. According to her filing, Sheen had said he wanted to murder people that he was angry with. The suit also refers to a hit Sheen allegedly took out on Rossi's ex-husband. The following year, she obtained a restraining order out against Sheen after the LAPD began investigating an alleged recording which he threatened to pay somebody 20 grand to kick her head in. Since Sheen himself won't comment, the likelihood of another scenario that the star, while high, simply made a distasteful joke about having Calamaro killed is unclear. Dykstra eventually became Rossi's confidant, and she divulged details of Sheen's sexual kinks. Rossi tells THR. He would look at transsexual porn when he was high and ask her, which one is hot? Dykstra claims to have seen further proof of Sheen's lifestyle. He says that attorney Keith Davidson showed him a copy of the tape the media outlets have been reported was circling in which Sheen participated in gay sex. Dykstra long suspected Sheen's head of security was ripping off the boss. Dykstra worried that the terminated employee would seek retribution and sought to neutralize him. Given Dykstra's probationary status, he figured his best bet would be to pass on documents that he believed incriminated the man to the IRS. On October 8th, Dykstra got an email from the IRS agent asking for a follow-up call, but the investigator wasn't interested in talking more about the security chief. He had turned his attention to Sheen. The agent says, what do you know about these $20,000 cash payments for Woman of the Night. That's when I knew they were going to come at him with tax fraud, wire fraud, everything. It was a felony if you didn't tell a woman you had HIV when you know it. Nothing has happened to him since all those women went public. Think about it. This is how he's going down.
You talk about in the book your friendship with Charlie Sheen.
I was the only person that would go in and get him off the shit, you know, the crack, whatever, you know. See, because everyone else was a pussy. They're all getting paid from him, and so...
Right. They wouldn't say, hey, get off the crack.
So I would walk in and I'd say, dude, like, really? Is this it?
He told you about his HIV diagnosis in 2014, right?
We were sitting on the couch like this, and he said, he got emotional. It was... Actually, Charlie's a great guy, sober and humble, but I think to get to where he needs to
Why do you think he told you?
Well, because,
why did he confide in you out of everyone?
Because I was the only one that was his real friend. I never asked him for a dime. And
so how did you advise him? Did you say to him, hey, dude, you've got to come clean about this?
Well, I did.
You did?
See, and we were 1 hour away from him coming clean and him getting this out before they forced him out. I said, dude, you can't stop it. I said, it's going to... And he was paying these people $1 million a month.
Paying off people to keep quiet.
Yeah, and I said, dude, like... I said, and by the way, I mean, like, if they took a poll out there and, like, who's the most likely to have HIV in Hollywood, I said, you'd win in a fucking landslide.
Yeah, no one's going to be that shocked, dude.
So get ahead of it. He was on board, and what happened was I think the people all bleeding him talked him out of it.
I want to thank Revenge of the Sis for pointing this one out to me.
January 9th, P is for Pervert if you want to read it yourself. CrazyDaysAndNights.net.
This behind-scenes power in Hollywood has been a serial molester of young boys for the past couple decades. Let's call him P for the past few decades. This man has turned one client into dozens of some of the most powerful players in Hollywood. Back when he first started, this man, who we will call P, was not very shy about the way he molested tweens and teens. In fact, one of his A+ list clients at the time used to join in these sick events. That A+ list client, we will call him M. If there's anyone who seemingly got away with long-term child molesting, it's M. All of you know M. Most of you have probably read about his abuse of tweens and teens and children and adults. HIV-infected Charlie Sheen is finally being unmasked as a National Enquirer as a twisted child molester. The ruthless adult rapist who child star Corey Haim said sodomized him and pushed him down a drug-fueled path to an early grave. What's more, the Enquirer's 5-year probe into Haim's tragic and untimely death at age 38 also unearthed other disturbing accounts of Sheen preying on more children connected to the 1986 film Lucas, when the predator 19 sexually abused then 13-year-old Haim.
Most of you have read about his love of child porn. Boy, does that narrow it down a bit.
Sadly, not enough.
You got a point.
Here's a little bit from Denise Richards' testimony. I told him that I discovered some pornography websites that he belonged to, which I found very disturbing. Websites which promoted very young girls who looked underage to me with pigtails, braces, and no pubic hair, performing oral sex with each other. I also told him about other websites I discovered that he accessed involving gay pornography, also involving very young men who also did not look like adults. Most of you have read rumors of him assaulting people on and off sets. With the wave of publicity that is looking for these horrible people, both M and P have gone underground. What they used to do fairly openly, relatively speaking, they now do mainly from online webcams. Several decades ago, when P was first starting out, he had a very public confrontation with one of his victims. It was in the parking lot outside where a very hit network sitcom was shot. Members of the cast and crew witnessed the interaction. It was a member of that cast that introduced P to his victim. Another one of P's victims was 12 years old at the time. P lured him back to his apartment. Once there, he plied him with pot and booze and made him watch porn before molesting him. It is time for P to be exposed. It is time for others to step forward and pass along their stories. If you don't want to send them to me, then send them to that group that makes films exposing these awful people.
Shout out to Gabe Hoffman, I guess.
Open secret.
That's not a guess.
Hold on. Half minute. Go ahead. You speak. I'll listen. Jesus crap.
Here's the thing I know about M. Is it M? Is it Carlos E? Here's the thing I know about Carlos E.
I thought we were going with C. Estevez. Or did we not?
Oh, sorry. C. Estevez.
It's Charlie Sheen.
No, listen. Here's the thing. Narrow it down. The guy has HIV.
And just to be clear, For the record, neither myself nor Revenge of the Sis are saying that Charlie Sheen and his PR representative, Jeff Ballard, are the ones they are talking about. But if you go to crazydaysandnight.net, that's what people are saying. And if that is the case, then they're probably talking about the show 8 is Enough.
Other clients gave the girls away as gifts. LA Times reporter Sean Hubler.
She was a very beautiful girl, long blonde hair, and very pretty, very kind of lost, kind of dizzy girl that got wrapped up in it and really believed these guys liked her. She was somebody's she was at a party that I think Charlie Sheen gave her to somebody as a birthday present.
What? Charlie Sheen giving girls away for birthday presents? We talking about human trafficking? And I think this is an appropriate time to bring back my Charlie Sheen interview from a few months ago.
I noticed, young lady.
I'm a dude.
You were late today. Well, to make sure that never happens again.
What the fuck are you on?
Well, of course I'm on a drug.
Yeah, but why?
No. Whoa. Before you ask the next question, why don't you get high on this drug? My gift to you. Yo, plants, clav gleepel bluing, glet glime flum blugs. When's the last time your radio rants led to this? Carlos me Jean. Sheeny me ma.
You're really making no sense.
Read my lips. Your Mother Hubbard fucking a pinata.
I don't know what that means. Yeah, I like to smoke too. You're just wasting them.
Oh, I'm fucking fucking Wall Street, fucking River Road, Bueller, ask me something. I never go to fucking movies.
You have any more tacos?
The fuck is that? Fuck that. Fuck that.
Everyone wants to know. Did you rape Corey Haim?
That's about the dumbest question in the world, obviously.
Dude, this Coke is awesome. Fucking stoned.